Hi and welcome to another of my videos. About the video. So this is the first project in the series of 10. It's just called my first website, so it's small, simple projects, 10 of them, and this is called my first website. This is how it's gonna look, and if you go further, these are actually 10 simple websites to start coding in HTML and CSS. It's just fun to actually work with CSS and HTML to learn the same time and complete like very small things. Or maybe if you have understanding of these things, then you can actually do some templates and you can actually run your own websites, and you can work with the templates already because you know how the structure works and how they work. So you learn HTML and CSS and just the basic things just to begin with. So I decided to make 10 of them. This is the first one, and there's going to be another 9 videos, of course, and these are going to be small. These projects are going to have different features, different HTML, different CSS, different layouts of the websites, and all these things. And I'm just going to start with a very simple one. And setting up the WordPress. So I'm going to be using Visual Studio Code. This is from Microsoft. The link is below. You can surely download it. It's also available for Mac. It's free to use, and so they say these days this is the best ones. The best one there is, Code Editor. Right, so the software I'm going to be using Mozilla Firefox as my browser because they are the browsers. Not all of them actually show the layout of the website as it should be, and Mozilla is probably one. I'm sure you might actually have a good browser, you trust it, and you want to use it. By all means, you don't have to use the Mozilla. The software 7-zip. The files are zip files, so they're compressed, and you can use 7-zip. It's down below. It's only for the Microsoft. I'm sure you have Mac and you have another software to use. By all means, you can use whichever you want. And the point number 4, we're just gonna need to download a simple file and to work with that, so you don't need to type any text and anything. You're just gonna work with the text and everything, and that's how we're gonna start. We're actually gonna download it to begin with. Do code alongs, so that's my advice really. Just keep these websites whenever you work on a project, keep them for the reference, because that's how the code is, and you can open it up and see how the website looks, and you open the code and then you see which features and how it works, of course. Forget about the pen and paper. I did start HTML and CSS. You don't really need pen and paper for this. There's not so many complicated things. You're probably just going to be using up lots of time to do that. I wrote a book and I don't really use it, to be honest now. I do need to Google up things, but this is probably my advice. Just keep the project. Switching between tabs. Correct the code. I'm going to be putting in the code. I'm going to be explaining the things, and I kind of know what is what. But for you yourself, you're probably not going to be able to remember, like, I don't know, 1 minute of the code and then code along, so it's going to be harder. So you don't need to stop the video. You don't need to minimize the screen. You can just press the tab, the space bar, and it's going to stop the video. Usually does, works like that, stop, and then press alt, and then tab. It's going to switch between the screens, last 2 screens. So you're going to be your coding, your code editor, and you're going to have the YouTube video open as well, and that's command tab for the Mac, of course, to use. I can't see, the question you might actually have, you can't see clearly the code. That's really simply because the resolution for the video is not high. You need like 1080 dpi, not 360 something. Just the resolution and quality of the video. It might be due to the slow internet at that moment. That usually happens, but it's gonna save you from not being able to see and follow the video. I'm sure you already knew that. Right, guys, so that's about setting up. I'm going to start with downloading the file itself, and okay, let's begin then. Okay, so you just need to go to the Bruno-Tech.com. Link is below as well, of course. Download section here. Go all the way down. Okay, and this is download HTML CSS course for beginners. There's a chapter, and you can the first one is here. You can see. Just download that. Okay, and of course it's already here. I'm just going to open it up. There we go. And what I have done I keep my projects on a desktop. That's I keep other things as well, of course, more important ones. And I just called it my websites, and I'm just gonna copy this one here quickly. There we go. So it's already there, and I'm gonna use 7-zip. I'm gonna use the featured one that you open it and it extracts to the folder. So this is like easier there is. So there you go. You have a folder. You have the text file there as well. There's only this one here. So it's a small project, but everything is there. So I do have my code editor open. So Visual Studio Code. Do two things. I'll also have it on autosave, so it saves all the time. You need to save as well. That's Control S or Command S on a Mac. The other thing I did I went to the settings here and I increased the font size, so you can have bigger screen. You have all the code bigger, easier for you to visually to see it. And you can change it as well if you want it. It's just gonna look, the screen is gonna look the same as yours. Okay, I'm just gonna close that, and then we need to open the file. So file, folder. Sorry about that. Open folder. Right. So, and it's on my desktop. It's called My Websites. There we go. And you have the folder here as well. So I'm just gonna select that, and should be opening up in a second. Okay, there we go. So the text document is here. You can double tap it. It's gonna give you the preview of it, and this is the text itself. Video. You can preview also photos and everything and all that. So very beginning. So we're starting out, and just need a new file, and it's gonna be called index.html. Just as basic as that. So index is, I'm going to go into detail about the small things. Is just the index is the first one that the browser is going to open. If there's a website called directory of freebies, that's .html, that's going to be open last. So let's just start with a simple file. Right. So so we just need to tell the code editor and the browser. The doc type is already you get the code already ready for it. It's autocomplete, and then you need to just tell the browser that's HTML file, and this is where it begins, and this is already where it ends. Of course, we need some small chapters. So head is the chapter that doesn't actually have is not visually shown on the website itself. It's just a Google to work with. So I'm just gonna all things that needs to be done there. It's just a char set. Char set basically says and it's always UTF-8, and it just describes the symbols I'm going to be using. Like it can't recognize like logos or something like small things, but it can usually just says it's numbers 1 till 9 and all the alphabet there, and this is how it's going to be typed in. Okay, we're just going to tell title. Let's just say my first website. Okay, as simple as that. So this is going to tell Google what's the title of the page. Okay, and the browser as well is going to be displayed, and then you probably want to do as well description of the website, so it shows up on Google properly. Description equals, okay, put it in there, and just say first website. That's a description. Okay, and we're gonna close that. So that's pretty much set up now. Okay, so different parts of the website as well. Header, that where the title comes in. That's the one that's gonna be actually on the browser itself, and it's gonna be H1 tag. Okay, I'm just gonna say same thing pretty much. So my first website. So we have a title as well, and it's done. Okay, yeah, moving forward, so we need body, and within the body, that's actually, I'm going to write it down as article for all the text, and it's going to close as well, and then footer is just the bottom section, that's there as well, and then we can actually work with them. And now maybe a little bit space there and all that. So we have the text as well. We have it open. If you want to use the shortcuts, Control A just to actually cover everything. Control C, Control Copy. You can go with the menu as well, and you can go with abbreviations if you're doing. And Control V is just to paste it. So you have all the text inside here. Right. So text is there. It actually looks pretty good, but it honestly does not. I can show you what's the problem here is. And if you just go in a folder and you have the index file already, and then you just can easily just open it. And I said I'm going to use a Firefox. It's going to be opening up in a second in a browser, so we can actually see what's happening. Okay, it's taking a second for this to load, and you can see it's like a mess. And that's why you need to actually do the tags for the HTML before you actually can start with the design. So the empty spaces and everything, we need to tell the browser what they are and what they are not for. So if that was the heading 1 for the website, then these going to be subtitles. I'm going to do the H2. Okay, autocomplete doesn't really help me. It just makes a little bit of mess of my code, so I need to go here, / and close it. And then these are all going to be our paragraphs. So it just simple as that. Autocomplete again. We're just going to go down. This is going to be wrapped in paragraph text. Okay, and then we do the same here as well. There's a little bit more text just to get some exercise to do these things. And let's delete as well. And I'm going to close the tag as well. So this is a title. H1s are actually titles usually, and you just want to put them all in there. And we're going to do a paragraph here as well. It's all the same text. And that's closed, which shouldn't be there. You can just get it a little bit smaller. And we can close here as well. And that's actually all the body, all the article complete. I'm just going to do the footer as well, put some text in there, and I'm just going to have it as size 3 header, and I'm going to just create it by me. Right. There's special symbols, and they need to be, because I said UTF, they don't recognize the symbols like dollar signs or copyright signs. So if you want to do like a symbol, then you can copy sign. That's basically a code, and it's available on the internet, so you can actually look up what they are. Okay, so Control S to save, or file save is better, just to make sure. Then all the changes is gonna appear, and we're gonna have a look. How does it look now? Okay, well, there you go. So it's spaced out. You have a nice copyright sign here. Text is there as well, but this doesn't have any layout yet because we haven't got started with the CSS yet. Right. So for starting with CSS, we actually need a file at the beginning. So we're just going to go and create as well. Okay, a new file, and then it's going to have. It's usually called styles.css. Okay, and it's going to be opening here. Text document can be closed. We don't need that anymore. Styles are here, and we need to make sure that the website, the HTML, is going to work with it. So we need to type in a relation with it. Basically, it's just links as well to be on it, and that's actually is a style sheet. Need to tell them what it is, and we need to tell the file itself where it is, and the file is styles.css. Perfect. So we have it linked, and everything is here tip top. We can go further. There's a point here. Okay, Control S. I'm just going to make save, so it's gone. Okay, it's saved, and a style. So we need to start styling, and I'll show you a few things, and of course it starts with the header. We have that. We'll get some spaces here. We also have body. Okay, no point there. And of course we have article. Okay, it's autocomplete already, and that's a mistake. And we have a footer as well, just the bottom part of the website. And we open and closes. Okay, we need to tell the actually what's the font is there as well for the header as well. So how it's gonna be displayed, and we're just gonna go for font family, and then yeah, autocomplete now comes in. I usually use the Times New Roman, Times and serif. So it's automatically how it's printed in, so we know which font there is. So the browser is going to look for Times New Roman on your computer when displaying the website, Times later on, or serif font type that your computer has or has not. And then we can start actually creating the layout itself. So the width we're gonna make it transparent. Interactive, so it's not fixed, and it says the width, how width it is, and where to position it. There's a trick. So it's basically margin left and margin right. Well, now I'm going to put that on autocomplete is there. Margin right, it's going to be auto as well. There we go, and of course we need to space it out decently, and we can see what it is. For us to ease the leak, I'm gonna put it in a box so you can see the design itself. So we're gonna have a border for this, and it's gonna be 5 pixels. And we're gonna work still. So border style. So it's gonna be a solid line, and this is how it's gonna look, the style itself. And we're gonna do the color as well, just to know. Just call it black, so we can see it on the website itself. So, and yeah, so we're just gonna have a look. Control S to save. So this point is back, and we should be able actually to see the changes now. Okay, there's a small hiccup here. Let's have a look what it is. Okay, that's not closed. Header is there. Link styles is there as well. That's three small things. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, we misspelled the header. Yeah, that's the problem. This is this is header. That's why it doesn't show anything, because there's no header. There we go. Then we'll save that, and then definitely that would be header styling that should be coming up. There we go. So it's in a box, and it's 70%. The height, the width. And it's balanced out from the sides, and just going to make sure that there is some space here. It's not like really literally in like bouncing against the so-called borders. So I'm just going to go back in styles, and I'm just going to do the padding, small one, and it's going to be 1 EM. There we go. Okay, that should be Control S again. Save this here, and you have a little bit space here now again. I'm using EMs. That's going to be coming up now as well. It's not pixels. This is the ratio of the size, and it automatically is at 14 pixels, and then it gives the percentage for the other ones, for the bigger ones. So basically this code is all right, so it really we need to put the same thing also for the other for the article as well. Just copy and paste it, the whole thing, and then you're gonna see the whole thing actually coming up. You're gonna Control S, I'm gonna save this, and then the other chapters here as well. There's the article, and also the footer. That should be all in already in a layout, and you have spaces here as well. And we're just gonna do some small things just to make sure that it all is spaced out with the text and everything. So I just wanted to give maybe just change some color here, background color maybe. I'll just for the title, just in the case, just so you can get colors as well, different ones, and then that's pretty cool. Like if you're making the grids and you're working with that, then it's automatically found background color. I'm just gonna put it in a gray so you can see the grids and everything. So I'll just save that, and that color should be coming up on the very top there. Yeah, there we go. So it's all in the color now, and the grid is still there and all that. So that's pretty much completes the thing. We can style the text now quickly just to make sure that's spread out here. This I want to be spread out equal parts, just to fill the screen, and probably want to do the heading in the middle, and maybe the one on the bottom I'm going to do right, just on the right hand side, just on the side as well. So we can just work with the headings because we have 3 headings. So we have H1, we do have H2, we have H3, and we have a paragraph as well. Now we're just going to do the paragraph. There we go, just as basic as that. Okay, well, we need to specify the font size for all of them, to be honest. So I'm just going to have to so as I mentioned, that's in a ratio against the other ones. So let's say we need the font size for all of them. So just gonna go here, here. So the different sizes. It automatically comes with different sizes, but it's very good to specify that the same as the font, and these all things is just a really good practice there is. And then we're just gonna give these some sizes. I said 1 EM is a paragraph, like 14, so that's gonna be 1 EM. So that's, or rems as well, but this we're all gonna keep with the EMs, and then we need to specify these ones. And I want to be the heading itself, I want to be 2 sizes bigger than there's gonna be 2 M's, 2 sizes. Heading 2 is not gonna be that big, it's gonna be smaller. That's we're gonna do 1.6 EM. Okay, and then this one here, heading 3, we just make a little bit small. It's enough footer, and we don't really need much excessive things there as well. So it's going to be 1.4, and that's about how the sizes are going to be. And that's text itself. It's a text line, and I'm just going to do the text. So text align, and the same thing we're gonna do this actually for we're gonna do it for heading 3 for the bottom, heading 1 on the top, the one that there is, and then the text itself I wanted to have it like spread out equal parts. So we're gonna leave the H2 is there. Then we have a text line here, and we're gonna have a text line here as well. Okay, and then text line. So this one was the middle, so we're just going to like center. Then H2, we're going to leave that out. That's by the default left top. Text like H3, I wanted to be the bottom one. I wanted to have it on the right hand side as a footer, and then the text spread out. It is justify. So justify is going to be for the article itself, for the article itself, and for the text in the middle, just to spread out all this. And probably the last thing, because the background on H1 is now gray, I can probably do the color of the text itself, H1, and I'm just going to put it on white, so it's going to be on background, so we can have a look how that looks. Okay, Control S to save. Some auto save doesn't want to work. Okay, this is what it was. I wanted to justify, so text sizes as well. Sizes are not going to change at the moment, but I just want to do that. And yeah, so this is white on the top, in the middle. Text is justified here. The titles are there, the one on the bottom, one on here, and we said it's 70%. So when you minimize the screen, it already understands what there is to do, and you can spread it out. And of course, you can go up and down, just left the whole thing. Okay, so just pull it up, and you have a responsive website, and you know the basics how it works, and this is how it is. Two other small things: if you want to, you can style actually the text also in a browser. So. And you can type in something there as well, but it's usually used on CSS, where I showed you. That's how you work with the text, and it should tell different things, how the font should look, what the color of the font is, and of course all the other small things and the small features we are going to go through next on our next websites. Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to try to cover them all together. Different small projects and all this. So this concludes the project. Okay, very quick, very basic. This is how it works. So you can start already working with small projects like I showed you already. You get comfortable, then you can go on a bigger and harder projects, do your own coding, and then work on some design that you came up in your head. I hope you're going to follow all the other 9 videos about working with the code, learning basics of HTML and CSS, and on the same time working on really small fun projects to complete. So as I said, as I mentioned, thank you for watching, and I hope you're gonna tune in for the next one as well. And yeah, have a great day. Thank you.